Hello and a very warm welcome to this special. We are talking about the match that is being played between Punjab Kings and Gujarat Titans today at 7:30 p.m. We're building up to that match. It is Mayank Agarwal versus Hardik Pandya. And what a start it has been for Gujarat Titans, with them winning both their games so far. They've had a bit of a break, but now they get back to playing. And for Punjab, they won 2 games and have lost 1. But the thing that we're looking forward to the most is Punjab's batting versus Gujarat Titans bowling, because they've been extraordinary in the matches that we have seen so far. It'll also come down to Hardik Pandya's captaincy versus Mayank Agarwal. The captain, will he lead from the front today? We'll have to wait and watch out for that. But how good has Hardik Pandya been? He looks like he's in form. He's scored runs. And on top of that, I think the thing that people would have been very happy about is that he looks good while bowling. He is in rhythm, so all this question mark around whether Hardik Pandya will be able to bowl well. He is bowling and he is bowling well. So that is good news for Gujarat Titans fans. And of course, for Punjab Kings, it is their batting. That is by far the best batting in the tournament, especially during the power plays. Now, let's take a look at the likely 11 for Gujarat Titans before we get to Punjab Kings. Hardik Pandya, the captain. Lockheed Ferguson spoke to us a while back and said Hardik is a sensational captain, that everybody respects him in the team, and that he brings about this kind of aggression in the side that they all like very much. Schumann Gil has come to the party, scored 84, and then there is Matthew Wade, supported him as well. Vijay Shankar, now question mark over Vijay Shankar. Is he really going to be there in the side for long if he doesn't keep performing? So pressure on Vijay Shankar. Then there is Abhishek Manohar, 1 cameo, but after that haven't got big runs. David Miller and Rahul Tewatia still, still celebrating what they did in the first game Punjab Kings played. But for how long? They need to be consistent in their batting, because remember, when you look at their batting, it's not as strong. It is their bowling which is their stronger suit. Absolutely,
Meha, and they will depend on their bowling again today. Lockheed Ferguson, Mohammad Shami has been sensational. We know what Rashid Khan can do. He is the kingpin. According to me, he is the best bowler, T20 bowler in the world. But their pace attack, I mean, Mohammad Shami and Lockheed Ferguson, the way they have shared the new ball, it has been sensational. Pace, good pace, and they have been bowling a test match line, which is troubling a lot of batters in this tournament so far. Only 2 matches they have played, still a long way to go, but the start has been phenomenal. And as you said, Hardik Pandya, he has been extremely impressive as an all-rounder, as a captain as well. The field changes, the bowling changes, it shows that Hardik Pandya is fully fit and is gaining that confidence again.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, also as we talked about the batting for Punjab Kings, we've already looked at the likely playing 11 for Gujarat. Let's also take a look at the likely playing 11 for Punjab Kings. Of course, Mayank Agarwal leading the side, but with him, Shikhar Dhawan looking good, Bhanuka Rajapaksa. Now, this team is one team which has problem of plenty, because now you have Johnny Bairstow. Where does he come in? Should Bhanuka Rajapaksa, who's actually gotten them off to such a good start in 2 matches out of the 3, should he sit out, or will it be O'Dean Smith who, gave that finishing touch in the first game that Punjab played? So question mark there. But for them, this is just, look at that. Shikhar Dhawan, Mayank Agarwal, and then Bhanuka Rajapaksa just looking good. I mean, in one of the matches, he scored, 31 of 9 balls? Then there is Liam Livingstone. If anybody had any doubt, if anybody had thought that, Liam Livingstone has done it outside, but can he done it in India? He shut those people, his critics, up in the last game. Then there is Shah Rukh Khan, and Jitesh Sharma also looked good in the last game, and that was wonderful to watch, to have 2 boys make their debut in the last game, Jitesh Sharma and Vaibhav Arora, and both did well. Jitesh Sharma with the bat and Vaibhav Arora with the ball. And then there is Kagiso Rabada, who made an instant impact in the first game that he played.
Absolutely, Meham, and you look at this squad. There's so much of power in this playing 11. You bring in Johnny Bairstow for. I am hopeful that Johnny Bairstow will play today, maybe in place of Odin Smith, because you know Odin Smith has been expensive with the ball. Maybe they can bring in Shah Rukh Khan as a sixth bowling option who can give you overs. Liam Livingstone is bowling a couple of 2-3 overs every match, so they have that bowling depth to use. And yes, Jitesh Sharma, as you said, has started this IPL on a great note. He has been an IPL champion for Mumbai Indians in 2016, so he has seen it all with Mumbai Indians. But let's see when he's getting the chances whether he can make it big. But a good talent nonetheless. But that batting lineup, I mean, starting from Shikhar Dhawan, Mayank Agarwal, and then you have those power hitters in Bhanuka Rajapaksha, Liam Livingstone, Johnny Bairstow if he makes into the playing 11, Shah Rukh Khan, although he hasn't fired in this tournament so far, but still a great threat to have at number 6 or number 7. So this team is looking good, and it is going to be a mouth-watering contest for all the cricket fans. Powerhouse teams.
That's right. And nobody is talking about Rahul Chahar, but how well has he bowled? Not only has he been the most economical bowler for them, but also has taken 6 wickets in the 3 games that he's played. And it just goes on to show what Mumbai Indians are missing in having Rahul Chahar go from that squad. Because we've seen Murugan Ashwin do well in a couple of matches, but what Rahul is doing for PBKS, Murugan Ashwin is not doing for Mumbai.
See, Murugan Ashwin has a lot of experience for his domestic side Tamil Nadu, but Rahul Chahar has been an integral part of that Mumbai Indian side and has played so many match-winning roles for his previous side, and that we can see that sort of confidence in his bowling in this IPL as well, and he has a point to prove. Both the Chahar brothers are complete fighters. I know them personally, and they are complete fighters. And Rahul Chahar will have a point to prove that you were wrong to drop me after that T20 World Cup, a couple of bad matches. But let's see. Yuzvendra Chahal has also gained some rapid form in this IPL. He is looking at his best of form, and Rahul Chahar, if he can continue this sort of form, then there will be plenty of headaches for the selection committee come the T20 World Cup.
That's right. Now, if you look at Punjab's batting, clearly the batting is looking good. We've seen that. They've performed in the matches they played so far. It's the bowling where you felt that maybe you needed somebody with Arshdeep Singh. But do you think with the inclusion of Kagiso Rabada in this side, now this is a really balanced side?
Absolutely.
On paper, this is a far better team than Gujarat Titans.
Look at those bowling options. You have Kagiso Rabada, Rahul Chahar, Vaibhav Arora, Arshdeep, Shah Rukh Khan, Liam Livingstone, Odin Smith. You have 7 bowling options in that playing 11. And even if Odin Smith goes out, you have 6 bowling options. So that's a great balance and depth to have. Vaibhav Arora, we saw what he did in his debut match. A terrific start to his IPL career, can move the ball both ways. And when you have a player like Kagiso Rabada in your 11, you can bring him at any stage and give him throw him that ball and say, look, I am looking for a restrictive over, or I am looking for wickets, give me that. And Kagiso Rabada will deliver because he has all the experience. He has done it for South Africa, he has done it for his in IPL. This bowling attack, this entire squad is looking so much balanced now, and even if you go to their bench strength, they have the likes of Ishan Porel who can come any day for Vaibhav Arora. So this is looking, Sandeep Sharma is there as well, so a very well balanced side, and I am expecting a good match today.
How good was it to see Schumann Gil strike the ball like he did in the last game?
Schumann Gil, he will also have a point to prove. When he is on song, I haven't seen classical batsmen in today's time, and all the Aussie fans, Aussie commentators, they were in love with what Schumann Gil, how Schumann Gil played in Australia, and he has that sort of class and panache with his batting. Even if you go 4-5 years back when he was grinding it down in CK Naidu Trophy or Ranji Trophy, the Punjab Mohali grounds used to boom with only one sound, that was Shubman Gil's bat sound. So he has all the class, and just the only criticism that came his way when he was in Kolkata Knight Riders, that his innings is slow, 120, 125, the strike rate issue. But the way he played in the last match, if he can get going like this, then he will be knocking at the door. because he's a special talent.
And Schumann Gil needs to fire for them, and more consistently, because when you look down that batting lineup, Vijay Shankar, I don't know whether he's really providing the cushion of a number 3 player. If he's not among the runs, then there is Abhinav Manohar, has the experience in domestic cricket, but IPL, whether you can trust him, and to the extent that he can help in those middle overs to play the anchor role. Then there's, of course, Hardik Pandya, who looked good in the last game. David Miller has been consistent internationally. But yeah, when you look at the batting, it goes down to 8 till Rashid Khan. But yet, you don't feel that kind of confidence. And even if you see the 2 games that Gujarat Titans have played, they've been close games. They've not been games where, their batting has really won them the matches. It's mostly their bowling that has restricted the opposition.
True, and a lot will depend on how Schumann Gil and Matthew Wade bat in the power play. Vijay Shankar, as you said, has not looked in his sort of groove, and you might see Gurkirat Singh Mann also come into the playing 11 if they decide to make a change. Maybe David Miller can go at number 3 and take up that anchor role to guide these players, and Gurkirat and Abhinav Manohar can finish it late in the middle order. But yes, the batting definitely looks a bit thin. Hardik Pandya, as we have seen in the 2 matches, that he has been batting at number 4 just to provide that sort of cushion to all the other youngsters in the 11 as well. But whenever Hardik is batting at number 4, you know that there is something wrong in that batting unit, and there's not much depth to look into that unit. But yes, let's see. A lot will depend on Shubman Gill and Matthew Wade and that's kind of start they provide.
So I'm going through the scorecard for the match that Gujarat Titans played against Delhi, and of course Shubman Gill 84 of 46 balls, and Vijay Shankar, like we said, 13 of 20 balls. Hardik Pandya 31 of 27, but he still looked much better than what Vijay Shankar was looking in the middle. Then there's, of course, David Miller, 20 of 15, and Rahul Tewatia, 14 of 8. So like we said, it's the batting that needs to come together more consistently than the bowling. The bowling is already showing how good they are, because if right straight off, as soon as you enter the ground, you see, you see how well Mohammad Shami is bowling straight off. So if Mohammad Shami is somebody that you can play, then good for you. But then comes Lockheed Ferguson. So you have no respite there. Okay, let's also take a look at the Fantasy 11 now for our team. This is the team that we have chosen. The captain in that is Shikhar Dhawan, straight off.
The safest
bet.
To be. The safest bet.
Yeah, has to be. And I'm not going for any of these all-rounders, nothing. I'm going for top-order batsmen because I feel like that's what is the safest. So, Shikhar Dhawan there. Then, Mayank Agarwal is in the side. Shikhar Dhawan also, I mean, has shown that, age doesn't matter. Age is just a number here, because gotten off to big starts once again, what is expected out of him. And like even for Delhi, they're missing Shikhar Dhawan because of how he started.
Absolutely. Although they have David Warner now, but Shikhar Dhawan, the kind of consistency he provides, he has provided all through his IPL career, it is insane. And he knows the responsibility. And in the last couple of years, the best thing after being dropped from the Indian T20I side, he has worked on his strike rate. So now he's striking at 130, 135, 140. Even when he's playing big, he goes up to 140, 145. So Shikhar Dhawan has that sort of range, has all the experience. He has seen almost every bowler in the world. So Shikhar Dhawan, has to be that glue in this PBKS lineup, because Mayank Agarwal goes all out, and then you have all the power hitters. So if you want an anchor, if you want someone to play deep, then it is Shikhar Dhawan, and that's why he's our captain and arguably the safest bet, apart if you don't want to bring in Shubman Gill.
Okay, then we go to our next player in the Fantasy 11, and the next player for us is Shubman Gill. Yes, that's right. After a brilliant 84, how could anyone keep him out? And if, like we said again, Gujarat Titans batting revolves around Shubman Gill, and he has to give them a good start. Looks like he's in good form. Also, wasn't a very difficult choice. Shubman Gill also in that playing 11.
I might be even tempted to make him the captain of this side because of the combination of the Punjab Kings bowling unit. Gujarat Titans, we know, are a threat with the new ball, Shami and Lockheed Ferguson. So Shikhar Dhawan might even get out for cheap. But Schumann Gil, looking at Punjab Kings' bowling unit, I think he will play a good knock again. So he's also a good bet for if you want to make a captain from Gujarat Titans' side. So Schumann Gil definitely in our 11.
Okay, next is our differential pick, and you'll see that when we make our playing 11, we always have some of the youngsters, just because, you know, in the hope that they will do well yet again. We've more often than not had Ayush Padoni in this. Deepak Huda, of course, has given us all lots of fantasy points, but Jitesh Sharma comes in because of how good he looked in the last game. So yes, Jitesh Sharma.
And wicket keeper as well. So he'll give you catches or maybe stumpings as well. So Jitesh Sharma is a good bet, and maybe we will see him bat a lot more in this match because of the way Gujarat Titans' bowling is looking at the moment. So Jitesh Sharma, terrific player of spin, terrific player of pace bowling, can play 360 degree. We saw some of those scoops and reverse swats coming in the last game, so hopefully he will get a good run in this side, and yes, of course, in our fantasy 11 as well.
Okay, then let's talk about the next player, and that is David Miller. David Miller has shown that he can be consistent. Since 2021, he scored 1,018 runs in 40 innings at an average of 44.26 and strike rate of 140.2. That is impressive.
Yep.
And, you know, you can expect him to do well when he gets going. He's also unstoppable.
Absolutely. And you know, his battle with Rahul Chahar is going to be very interesting. A leg spinner against a left-hander. So David Miller, if you know, he has not been as consistent in the IPL as people would have expected, but you know, the kind of confidence Hardik Pandya is giving, Ashish Nehra, the you know, the chill attitude that guys, rest up, have your food well, enjoy your off field time, and then play hard cricket on field. So that kind of confidence and easy environment can make the difference, and we are seeing that in David Miller this season.
Okay, the other thing we want to just tell you all, if you are playing any of these fantasy 11, you know, if you're part of this, then we just want to warn you that there is a risk involved. So you've got to be careful with your money and play it safely. Okay, next move on then to our next player, and that is Bhanuka Rajapaksa. Because of the kind of start he's given PBKS, the fact that PBKS batting strikes at 10 in the power plays in this tournament, the best strike rate is courtesy Bhanuka Rajapaksa in 2 out of those 3 games. Just gets off to an incredible start, and once you get off to that start, you know, you make the job easier for the batsmen who are coming in later.
Absolutely, it creates a momentum for all the players in the middle order, and Bhanuka Rajapaksa has so far done that phenomenally well. Although he didn't click in the last match, scored 9 of 5, but he still showed with that 1/6 that he is here to stay. He's not a rookie player. He knows how to play pace bowling attack. He's extremely good against spinners. But you know, the best part about Bhanuka Rajapaksa is that everyone was expecting that Johnny Bairstow will come in and walk in place of him, but he has made that job very difficult for Punjab Kings. Punjab Kings' management, and he's in our fantasy 11, but if by any chance he's dropped from the 11, which I feel will be unfair, then of course you can replace him with Johnny Bairstow in the playing 11 straight
That's
away.
right. But that is also the other thing. Who will they drop and who will they pick? That is an important one. Will they drop Bhanuka Rajapaksa, who's been playing well, or will they drop O'Dean Smith and get Johnny Bairstow in and possibly put Bhanuka Rajapaksa lower down the order? But that's something that you can decide at the toss. Okay, then let's move on then to our next player, and that has to be Liam Livingstone, because every time he is playing for one of these sides, you know that you know, when he gets going, he's going to get you a lot of points because of the strike rate at which he strikes the ball, and I feel like very difficult to match that in any team, and we saw that in the last game.
And you know, I certainly feel these fantasy companies should give extra points for clearing the stadium, and Livingstone will have the maximum points there. And the best part about him is he's bowling well as well, and if the pitch grips a bit, then Livingstone can be a handful with wicket points as well. So Livingstone definitely has to be there, a great fielder, and with the bat, if he clicks, you know what he can do. He has done it in the 100, he has done it in the counties, he has done it in T20 Blast, in PSL, in BBL, he has done it everywhere in the world. Rajasthan Royals didn't utilize him that well, kept him in the bench for 3-4 years straight away, but yes, now when he's getting the chance, we saw what he did in the last match.
Okay, then let's move on to the next player, and that is Hardik Pandya. With the scores of 33 and 31, he's got the starts. He's also looking good, not just with the bat, with the ball in the field. He's a live wire. Yeah, he would just walk into any fantasy 11 right now with the kind of performance that he's been giving.
Oh, absolutely, and he's bowling 140 clicks, so that's some good sign for him and the Indian team in future as well. And if he can continue this sort of form or even pick up pace with the bat, then you know he will be in direct contention for the T20 World Cup spot. And the best part about him, I like the way he is captaining this side.
Yeah.
You know, there were a lot of eyebrows when Hardik Pandya was announced as the GT captain, but now when you are seeing him, you are seeing that shades that he has played with all the good captains in past, and now he's using that experience to you know marshal his troops on the field.
Okay, then let's get to the next player, and that has to be Mohammad Shami. Now, Lockheed Ferguson, when we spoke to him, the one thing he said was that he's got the ball on a string. He's an amazing player, and why not? If you're bowling like that and with that perfect seam position, Mohammad Shami is just showing you how to bowl in the power plays, and it just looks unplayable at times. So yes, Mohammad Shami is there, and yeah, you want to add to why you would want to go in with Mohammad Shami? I mean, not much to add, but yes.
I'll just give a quick throwback to one of the conversations between AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli in past. So India were playing South Africa, and Virat had said that they are good friends. So Virat had discussed that we are still worried about our pace attack. We are not sure which pacer to play. So AB de Villiers said, you have Mohammad Shami, that's your best bowling attack. And that time Mohammad Shami was a no one. People didn't know who Mohammad Shami was. So that's his quality. With the ball, he's skillful as anyone can get. And you know, he has that point to prove that I want to be in that bus for the T20
Also, he's a
World
former
Cup.
PBKS player.
Yep.
So we've seen what former players of teams have done, having represented Kings for 3 seasons, where he took 58 wickets. Okay, let's then move on to Kagiso Rabada. We know what a world-class bowler he is, and you know, if you want to win a lot of points, Kagiso Rabada has to be in the side. And the part that stood out for me is that playing in his first game as the last game, just to get your line and lengths right more often than not, the margin of error is less, and yet you saw him bowl well and had very good figures.
Yep, and
he's
you
economical. Yeah, go ahead.
You saw what how tough it is to walk into a playing 11 and perform well straight away. You saw what Enric Nokia, he was struggling last night. Quinton de Kock just took him for cleaners. But Kagiso Rabada is a different beast because he has the experience. He has won the purple caps. He has played in IPL for 4, 5, 6 years now. He knows the players. He knows the conditions, Indian conditions. So yes, it is going to be Kagiso Rabada any day has to walk into any fantasy 11.
Okay, then let's move on to the next player. Has to be Lockheed Ferguson. 4 for 28 match-winning figures for him, and again showing that fast pace is difficult to deal with in T20 format, be it in the power plays or in the death overs. You know, that is one thing. But what he does more is that not only does he bowl fast, he's also accurate, and then that can get extremely lethal, as we saw in the last game.
Absolutely, and pace is pace any day, and if you can hit good areas with good pace, that is 150 clicks, batters don't see the ball coming at 150 clicks, so that is why Lockheed Ferguson, and he has a deadly Yorker, he can bowl Yorkers at will. He has a terrific bouncer, a lethal bouncer, so a complete bowler, and KKR would be doing their shots that maybe we could have retained this beast.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, then the last player is also our vice captain, and that is Rahul Chahar. We spoke about him a bit earlier, and if you look at him, he's got the most fantasy points so far, 366 points on one fantasy app. Also the leading wicket taker for Kings. Like I said, 6 wickets in 3 games. Economy of 5. I mean, that is by far the best economy of any bowler right now, right?
Yep, absolutely, and this is why he was called up for that T20 World Cup 21 squad. Although he didn't click there, but he has all the qualities to be a terrific spinner. Can vary his pace, can go as quick as 100 clicks. And can bowl as low as 72, 75 clicks as well. So Rahul Chahar is a great package, has a terrific googly, good leg spinner unlike Ravi Bishnoi. So Rahul Chahar is a better package in terms of experience and variety. So that is why we are seeing that he's so successful in the last 2-3 years in IPL.
Okay. Now, which is the team that you're supporting? Do let us know in the comment section below. I hope you've also subscribed to News 9 Sports. I've been saying it, crying myself hoarse in telling you to please subscribe to our channel. So it'd be very nice if you do so. And of course, you'll get benefits of doing that, where you can get the latest from the world of sports on News 9 Sports. So that's it from us. Let me, just before we wrap up, let's find out what Juan thinks as to who will win today. Which is a team that you think will do well today?
I think just Punjab Kings might edge it.
I think so too. I think we're on the same page because of how good Punjab is looking at the moment. If Lockheed Ferguson and Mohammad Shami create some kind of harakiri, then of course things might change.
Yep.
But otherwise, Punjab definitely looking better than Gujarat Titans at the moment. But as we've seen so often happen in the IPL, just when you think that the team is looking good, in the previous game they could have won with a huge margin, they come back and completely collapse. So what can we say? We're just hoping that it'll be an exciting game. Okay, at 6 o'clock, we're going live on News 9 Digital. We have Vinod Rai, former CAG and former chairman of the Committee of Administrators appointed by the Supreme Court to run operational activities in the BCCI. He has written a book and we're going live with him. He talks about the rift between Anil Kumble and Virat Kohli at the time that Anil Kumble was the coach of the team. Lots of other interesting things about what transpired between Mithali Raj, Harmanpreet and Romesh Powar during the World Cup. So let's find out from him what was brewing behind the scenes in the power corridors of the BCCI. That's at 6 o'clock. At 6:30 we go live on our Hindi channel, which is TV9 Bharatvarsh. So do join us then on our digital on YouTube. And then at 7 o'clock we'll be back building up to this big game today. For now, goodbye. Thanks for watching.